Everybody, we're back for the second part of the 9.4 day one notes. More or less the same. The name of the game is going to be factor what we can and then cancel things that look the exact same. So let's start with number 5 right here. Number 5, I have x squared minus 9. So you might notice, hey, Mr. Adler, this is a difference of squares. It's difference because I'm subtracting. It's squares because the square root of x squared is x. The square root of 9 is 4. So when I factor this out, x, the square root of 9 is not 4. The square root of 9 is 3. My apologies. Square root of 9 is 3. Sorry about that. Okay, so I'm going to put a 3 here and a 3 here. One's plus, one's minus. Now, I'm going to factor the bottom. On the bottom, I have 2x plus 1. How do I factor that? I can't. So I just leave it as 2x plus 1. So, okay, I factored. Great. I did step 1. Now step 2 says cancel. But look, I can't cancel anything. X plus 3, x minus 3, that's not on the bottom. So your final answer is just this. X plus 3 times x minus 3 over 2x plus 1. It cannot be simplified. It could have been factored, so we still had to factor that sucker, but we couldn't simplify it at all. Okay, let's move on to number 6. Number 6 says 2x cubed minus 32x over x squared plus 8x plus 16. Factor, cancel. Factor, cancel. So we're able to top first. Okay, if you look at this beast, well, we have an x in both of them. We can divide them both by 2, it looks like. So let's take out a 2x. 2x times x squared is left. 32 divided by 2 is 16. X divided by x is just 1. So it's 2x over x squared minus 16. But now I got to take this guy a step further on top. Because if we look right here, x squared minus 16, oh yeah, that's one of those difference of squares, isn't it? X squared, the square root of x squared is x. The square root of 16 is 4. I'm subtracting in the middle. So this whole thing turns into 2x. I have 2 sets of parentheses. X comes first, x comes first. 4 comes second, 4 comes second. Plus on one of them, minus on one of them. That's the whole top. All I care about was the top so far. Okay, now let's do the denominator, the bottom part. X squared plus 8x plus 16. Okay, so what are numbers that multiply to 16 and add to 8? Well, 4 and 4. So this is x plus 4 times x plus 4. 4 times 4 is 16. 4 plus 4 is 8. So I'm going to write x plus 4 and x plus 4 on bottom. And oh boy, look at that. Now what happens? Bye. Now, I cannot cancel these guys out because one's minus, one's plus. They're not the exact same. I cannot cancel them out. So my final answer is going to be, no, not in highlighter. My final answer is going to be 2x times x minus 4 over x plus 4. And again, these parentheses on bottom, since it's the only term, are not mandatory. However, the parentheses on top are because it's not the only term. So that would be your final answer for this problem. Okay, last one. If you notice, I crossed off number 8. Again, because of the shutdown, because of everything that's going on, I want to keep things somewhat simple and just cover main concepts. So I'm taking off some of the problems that we would originally do. So this is actually the last problem for the day. Okay, again, name of the game, factor, cancel, factor, cancel. Let's look at the top. Turns out you can't factor one term. 4x squared is just 4x squared. Okay, I got 4x squared on top. Let's worry about the bottom. 4x cubed plus 12x. So now you're probably thinking, hey, they both have an x and I can divide both of them by 4. So I'm going to take out a 4x. What's left? X squared plus 12 divided by 4 is 3. X divided by x is just 1, but we don't write the 1 because there's already a 3 in the place. Okay, I factored. Now I try to cancel. Now, I have a 4 here and a 4 here. Those go bye-bye. Now I have x squared. This is an x squared on top and only an x to the first power there. So when I cancel these out, remember I technically have 2 x's on top and 1 on bottom. So this guy goes bye-bye and only the squared goes away because x squared is really x times x. On top, I really had 4x times x. So only one of those x's goes away. So I am left with x over x squared plus 3. And again, because this is the only term on the bottom, I don't need those yellow parentheses. You can have them, but you don't need them. Okay, I hope that answers any questions you may have. If you have any